But you can't have a spark without the grind to make it into a flame.
Seek the giver, not the gift.
Jump, you're ready now. Jump, the sky's the limit. Jump, jump, jump. Leave it all behind and jump. Just go for it. Jump, if you can dream it. Jump, jump, jump. Together we can do all things.
Rebeca here. I cannot express the joy that has been doing this podcast and meeting the people and having conversations and feedback has been definitely a life change. I would never thought that I would learn so much of doing podcasts the way I am. It's been definitely a growth journey and even a journey in boldness and guys, I'm just stopped by here to say how much I'm grateful for you guys that are downloading. We are over 4,000 downloads. That is awesome. It has always started with my friend Lynn Baker that I want to make sure that she listened to my live videos and now we are here in this amazing journey. We have some really good episodes coming up, really good interviews lined up that you guys not going to believe the people that are going to be here speaking with us. Today, we have a treat again. Hope you guys had a wonderful Easter. So today I recorded this a little bit a time ago, but I have been waiting for the right time to just put this here for you guys. And we're going to talk with my friends, the Millers, and they are entrepreneurs and they work together as a marriage couple. And we're going to talk about, the collaboration, and we're going to just have fun in this conversation. I do want to invite you to come and really just listen with your heart. They are such a beautiful human beings. And I think that we can learn from each other so much to avoid like those deep, crappy mistakes that we do all the time. But one thing I want to say this as we started this podcast is you that are listening to this, you have been in my heart. I just want to let you know that when I invited a guest or when I'm thinking, I always think about you guys and how can I help you to jump to the life of your dream, right? How can I help you to be a little bit less afraid? Because truly we all do afraid anyway, but how can you be a little bit less afraid by listening to some of our talks, by listening to some of our encouragements? So I am excited because here pretty soon, I'm going to do a combination of the best things that I learned from the guests that we had in the last 2 years. 2 years, 1 year, 1 year and something. I want to bring this audio that will teach you or that will share with you the best guests that I have and some of the things that I actually mark and change my life for the good. And I wanted to bring that highlight to you guys so you guys get to see how do I get motivated? How do I keep going even when I don't feel like it? Guys, has been really wonderful. I do want to encourage you guys to do something, okay? I do need more reviews on iTunes. Let's just be honest. I need more reviews on iTunes. So if you can just be completely honest and just share on iTunes what do you think about this, I would love that. I really would love this. And like I said, I'm not absolutely perfect. We are not that way. Absolutely ready. And the podcast is the most professional podcast. It doesn't happen that way. You know what? Doesn't happen that way. But the little bit that we are going forward, we are growing as we go. And we're doing this together. And this is the best about this journey, is doing this with friends and creators and writers and artists. And I just want to tell you this. If you don't think you are an artist, you are. If you can sit down and think about something that you can do, you are a creator. You created to create. And I'm excited to bring into this podcast a lot of people that have been inspiring me. And but I do have to say this. Most of the people that inspire you, they are normal humans. They feel the same. Sometimes they feel alone. Sometimes they feel rejected. Sometimes they feel they need to be seen. The struggle is real. We're all struggling, but we can all also thrive. And this is the thing about the journey. This journey to be alive. This journey to just, bring through forth the dreams that we have inside of us. The journey is that we all struggle, and I'm not sure exactly how you feel listening to this today, but let me just encourage you for a moment. Okay, think about springtime is coming, and you're going to start doing spring cleaning here pretty soon, hopefully, if you are a clean person. But anyway, springtime is coming. Sometimes I do feel that as you look into a garden, you realize that some weeds, some of the old, dry branches need to come out. So the little green that is trying to pop behind and underground can breathe and take the sun and growth. And to me, this is such a reflection of our own life. It's a new season. It's a spring season. Sometimes there's some old things that need to literally come out. It needs to be pulled out of our hearts, pulled out of our life, not to just destroy us, depress us, but to allow the green and the beautiful things to absolutely to bloom, to grow. So I really believe, I don't know what season you're going through, but please listen to me. This is a season to let the old branches from the winter time that is dry and is dead, that is causing weight on top of your beautiful green pop of life. It's okay to let those branches out, clean it up, and allow the sun to warm you, to heat you so you can grow. So that's a reflection for today. Let's jump into the interview with my awesome friends, the Millers. So let's get to know you guys a little bit. So you guys are the friends that we went to Aruba with, which was awesome.
It was great.
And so tell us, what do you consider as a business owner the most important thing for people that are listening to know? If they're creative type of people and they like to write and paint and create, what is the most important thing that you learn throughout the years?
All right, well, I'll take this one. First off, Rebecca, thanks for having me on this. This is great. I can only speak from my perspective. So my wife and I, Jennifer, are collaborative in everything we do, but we're also opposites in everything we do. So it's important for us to draw lines with each other. My wife is the creator. She is the artist. And I'm the businessman that kind of does the boring stuff behind the scenes. So to answer your question, collaboration is key. And we also don't overstep our boundaries.
That's good.
Under any circumstances.
That's really good.
She stays out of my sandbox. I stay out of her sandbox. But at the end of the day,
you meet again.
We meet again.
Hopefully.
At some point. Yeah.
Yeah, and that really works, right, honey? Because can you tell about our relationship?
Yeah, it's very similar to what you guys do. Rebecca is the maestro of all things paint and creation, and I like to tell people Rebecca does all the pretty stuff and I do all the ugly stuff. And so but I think together that those two differing approaches really helps fill all the gaps that each of us might be deficient in.
So can we all agree that collaboration is one of the keys for success?
It's how you're going to find your balance in what you're doing. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That is incredible. So I always ask these questions to the guests that we have here in our Jump podcast is, do you guys have right now a quote that you are living by, that is so close to your heart, that it really touches you and you think about it to go through your day? Do you have any of that?
As far as a quote goes, not necessarily, but something I'm kind of hanging on to right now that is just kind of a little nugget that I'll drop in there is our culture is so fixated on instant gratification, but what you get with instant gratification is only just that quick fix, right? It's just for right now. So there is really no shame in seeking out those things that have delayed gratification, right? It's that mentality that nothing worth having comes easy, right? So instant gratification versus delayed gratification is the difference between what you want now and what you want most. So figuring out what that is, what you're mapping yourself out for, what you're headed towards, is what you want most. So it's okay to pass on some of those little things that might seem like a glittery, shiny thing to chase after, but those things are fleeting, right? Those don't really get you to where you want to be most.
That's great.
That's not a quote, but that's
a message. It is a way of thinking. Adrian, you are a visionary and you are a businessman, and there's so much that you can give. What do you say about that?
I mean, I totally agree. One, because she's my wife, and I have to. No, but it's true. I'm a little more black and white and practical than my wife. So I do need quotes and things in my life, and I have one in the back of my Bible that strictly says, "Seek the giver, not the gift." So, just even saying that out loud, it matches perfectly what she's saying, because there's a process and a journey that comes with learning all of these things and being a Christ follower and living in a secular world where some of the decisions we make are, decisions that normal business owners wouldn't make. So,
right.
Yeah. So again, it's back to collaboration, and we may have different ideals in the way we write those quotes down, but ultimately they meet at the end of the day together.
That's wonderful.
No, I guess my next question for you guys is, what are 3 books that you guys think every business owner, every business leader should read?
I like that. That's a great question.
You can do 5 books since there's 2.
Ooh, yeah, you're going to put us on the spot here. I should have prepared for this. The book I'm reading right now is by an artist named Eric Wall, and it's called The Spark and the Grind, right? So it's really finding, again, that balance, but you can't have the grind without the spark, because you'll get burnt out. You can grind and grind and grind, but if there's no sparks flying and nothing good and creative coming out of it, you're going to be burnt out in no time. But you can't have a spark without the grind to make it into a flame. So you can be the most creative person and come up with all these great ideas, but they're going to pass you by if you're not willing to work at those. So it's a good book that I'm, really working on right now. So I would recommend that to anyone. It's a short read. It's easy. It's fun to read, but that's where I'm at right now.
I've got a couple. One book that I really enjoy. Jennifer and I especially have an affection for Chip and Joanna Gaines. So there's The Magnolia Story, which is a really good story. Capital Gains, which is a Chip Gaines co-authored that book. But the most important book in my life is the Bible. Everything that I do, all of the resources, the answers that I can't find, or questions that I'm unable to answer, that's my book.
So for the people that are searching for things in life, let's talk about faith and hear a little bit. You saying that the Bible is the book that guides you. And a lot of people call God your friend, and they find God your friend. But why you would say that how did you found God?
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep it as cliff note as I can, Rebecca, but I didn't grow up in a Christian home. I didn't grow up with a strong belief. I lost both of my parents and went through a divorce all within, a 6-month span. And that's not a sad story per se. I see it as my enlightenment. That's when I had my first relationship with Jesus Christ. Because at that point in my life, I had more money. I worked for a Fortune 500 company, traveled all over the country, made more money than I could spend. But I was also the most unhappy and unfulfilled that I've ever been in my life. So when my mom passed, I had a choice to make. I could either continue down that path without a few people that I loved, or I could put my hands in the air and say I don't have any control and I need help. And the only person that answered that call was Jesus Christ. So my life has been drastically changed since that moment. So,
Wow. Is this a church or what, guys? That's incredible. I love it.
So one of the questions, this is just fun, right? So
Yes,
we'll end on a
yes,
fun, lighter
yes.
note.
I like
because
that.
Adrian had to take it down a path that you guys are wiping your tears
Oh,
now.
they are.
Okay, so let me, one of the questions that we ask just as business owners, this is our fun first icebreaker question that we ask to potential employees. We ask them, if you could be any animal, what would you be and why? So I'm going to have them give us just the quick answer as to what their animal would be and why.
Okay.
And it's very telling
That is awesome.
about who you are as a person.
That is
But
awesome.
Go ahead. Rebecca,
if you're
go
listening
first.
to this podcast, please send me a message and tell me what's your animal so I know what kind of animals are listening to this. Okay, so let me start. For me, is the ego.
Why?
I had to study the ego to write my children's book, and it's fascinating to me how they learn how to fly, how they nurture their little eaglets, how they fly higher than other birds. To me, I would be an eagle because I like to see things far away. I love to dream. So the eagle for me has a vision, a very distant vision. Also, I don't know if you know that, the eagle has a special vision that can fly towards, so when he's fighting with other birds, it's flying towards the sun. Because the eagle can handle the sunlight and other birds can. So they're taking their fights to the sky.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just a representation of me because I'm always looking towards the creator. And I'll take all my fights to the sky to confuse my enemy.
I love it.
And that would be me and the eagle.
That's so perfect for you.
Come on. Baby, it's your turn.
Okay, Joshua.
Impressive.
Man,
I know what yours are.
my spirit animal would probably have to be the nature boy Ric Flair.
No. No. Woo!
No.
We're going to have to veto that.
No, it'd probably be a lion.
Yes, I knew it.
Because I have an amazing coif of hair.
That's true.
I like to walk around and strut. No, this is all fake. But no, a lion for real.
Yeah.
Because the lion, to me it symbolizes royalty and how I grew up. I didn't necessarily feel that about myself. After knowing Christ and coming to know Him and what He thinks about me, that changes. And so I see myself as different than what my birth circumstances were. A lion protects his family.
Very good.
And he protects his pride.
Yeah.
And, he's kind of the king of the jungle. When a lion walks in, he's respected. So I guess that's
That is
why.
perfect for you,
It
baby.
is.
You are my lion
Oh, man.
in this circle of life. I love it. I think it's perfect. Now, quick word. We're going to finish this. For those that are listening to this podcast, give some quick note, a phrase for them to get encouraged, for them to jump to the life of their dreams.
So I'll break in there and just kind of reiterate what I had said earlier.
Thank you.
Just with the delayed gratification, that there is no shame in that. You just have to decide that what is presented before you, whether it's part of what you want now versus what you want most. So maybe just jotting that down on a little sticky note that you put on the dashboard of your car or on your mirror for the morning, to keep your eyes focused on what it is that you want most. And it'll be so much easier to really kind of weed out the things that are getting in your way for what you want now.
That's awesome.
So that's all.
Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
I would think that just recently had the way I live my life, failure is not failure. Not trying anything is failure. So if you're aspiring to have a business, be an artist, have a consulting firm, go to college, do something that everybody tells you can't do, why not try it? Because the worst that can happen is you learn a lesson from that and God will redirect you on a different path. So.
And what's your quote to that? What you said yesterday, let opportunity find you working.
Let opportunity find you working.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it kind of goes along with Jen's. Is you have to have vision, and sometimes that vision looks like I need to have vision to see where my foot is going next, and sometimes that vision is I need to see where my foot is going to be 50 years from now. But you have to have vision. You have to understand which direction you want to go. And sometimes dreams and visions go hand in hand. Dreams are where you want to go. Visions are how you're going to get there. And so, take your dreams, make them visions, and walk out the life that you want. That's
incredible, guys. My word for you today is invite your friends to talk with you. Have a full conversation, engage people, enjoy life, enjoy the little things. And can't wait to be back here with you guys again. I'm loving to see all the downloads. It's just the best. And I'll talk to you guys later. If you guys can please give us a review. Can you ask for a review for me?
Yeah, guys. Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Give us a review on iTunes. Anything really helps. We're just we're a small fish in a big pond. And
yes.
Anything that you guys can do if you enjoy the content that we're putting out really helps us. We love you all. And don't forget, when in doubt, take the jump to your best life.
That's wonderful. Thank you, guys.
Jump, you're ready now. Jump, the sky's the limit. Jump, jump, jump. Leave it all behind and jump. Just go for it. Jump.